be careful when you hear something that's laid out to be the truth.
That dude did something for me, brother. I get emotional talking about it, bro. Like, I really needed it at the time.
It seems like Steve Harvey didn't take Katt Williams' claims lightly. In what seems like a series of threats, Harvey responded strongly to the comedian. However, it's interesting to note that Katt has gained support from various celebrities, including Lil Boosie, who is standing by him no matter what.
Well, you said that Jeezy gave your mother $20,000 while you were in jail.
Yeah.
Just to do it.
To help me out.
Yeah.
Now, delving into Harvey's response, at its core, it appears to be a robust defense against the insinuations made by Katt Williams. Harvey made a point to caution against being swayed solely by eloquence. He emphasized that just because someone can speak well doesn't mean they're being truthful.
Now, you talked about how there was almost another tour.
Right.
But there was essentially a beef between Bernie Mac and Steve Harvey?
Yes.
Can you talk about that?
Well,
in a Twitter post from January 7th featuring Steve Harvey on the set of Family Feud, he delivered a message to his audience about dealing with haters. With a nonchalant attitude, he emphasized that you don't need to explain yourself to anyone. Actions speak louder than words. Quoting Psalms 23:5, he conveyed the idea that even in the presence of enemies, success can prevail.
He wanted to be a movie star. You stop it. You stop it. That man was funnier than all of y'all, and y'all thought y'all had one over on him. You thought he was black and ugly.
According to Harvey, the presence of haters is often a sign of one's effectiveness, stirring up jealousy in others. He went on to suggest that these adversaries could be seen as challenges sent by the devil to oppose the guidance of God toward greatness.
Judge people what they do. I judge people how they do me. And he ain't have to do what he did.
Yeah. Right, because he got his own family.
He got his own family, his own...
Addressing a current situation without explicitly naming names, Harvey expressed resilience, stating that he's patiently waiting for God to intervene. Despite facing intense criticism, he remains confident that no one can thwart the plans that God has in store. Sharing the clip on Twitter, Harvey captioned it with a succinct piece of advice. You don't have to address your haters. The underlying message is clear. Focus on your path and let success do the talking. Interestingly, this comes in response to recent criticism from Katt Williams, who accused Harvey of stealing concepts from Mark Curry's sitcom. Williams claimed that Harvey copied the idea for the Steve Harvey Show after watching Curry's Hangin' with Mr. Cooper. In a podcast interview, Williams threw more jabs at Harvey, questioning his acting skills and suggesting that he never aspired to be a movie star. Lil Boosie has a solid reason for backing up Katt Williams. Apparently, the legendary comedian went above and beyond to support him when he needed it most. Boosie Badazz recently shared a heartfelt story on Instagram Live, reminiscing about the tremendous kindness Katt showed him after his release from prison in 2014. What makes this even more remarkable is that, at the time, Boosie had no clue who Katt Williams was. In his Instagram Live session, the Badazz Syndicate CEO revealed that despite several celebrities rallying for his freedom, only Katt Williams extended genuine kindness once he was released. Boosie vividly recalled the moment when Katt not only invited him to his concert with front row seats, but also handed him a whopping $15,000 as he was leaving. Boosie expressed his gratitude, acknowledging the sincerity behind Katt's gesture. Boosie emphasized how many celebrities had chanted "Free Boosie," but conveniently ignored him post-release. Katt Williams, on the other hand, not only acknowledged him, but also offered substantial financial support. Boosie shared this story as a testament to Katt's genuine and generous nature, noting that the comedian knew the challenges he had faced. Promising to reciprocate the kindness, Boosie declared, "I'll never forget that. When I see him, I'm definitely gonna bless him, bro. And I keep 15-20 in my pocket at all times." This touching revelation speaks volumes about the bond formed between the two, rooted in genuine compassion and support. It's worth noting that Katt Williams' generosity isn't a one-time occurrence. Stories of him assisting others financially have circulated, with fellow comedian Dion Cole praising Katt as one of the most generous individuals people will ever meet. Cole encouraged reporters to inquire about the substantial sums Katt has given away, emphasizing the comedian's selfless acts that often go unnoticed in the media. Back in 2021, Boosie Badazz shared his thoughts on the budding romance between Lori Harvey and actor Michael B. Jordan. In an interview with Vlad TV, the Baton Rouge rapper didn't hold back when asked about Harvey's dating history, which includes Diddy Future and a previous engagement to soccer player Memphis Depay. Boosie's take on the situation was rather unconventional. He suggested shifting the focus from women like Lori Harvey to the men, the bachelors, who, as he puts it, are running through women like this. In his view, these men deserve more credit. Boosie even shared an interesting anecdote about visiting Diddy's house and witnessing the camaraderie between him and Boo. Vlad brought up the point that not everyone might consider Lori Harvey at the top of their list, to which Boosie responded, "But the industry has. You wouldn't put her on your list, the music has." According to Boosie, many rappers are attracted to her because she's a sought-after name in the industry. Boosie argued that Lori's appeal lies in the fact that she's desired by influential individuals, and he emphasized giving credit to the bachelors rather than focusing solely on the women. He suggested that those who criticize might end up settling for less, labeling them as simps after experiencing relationships with someone like Lori Harvey. In the midst of the conversation, Boosie made it clear that while he might be interested in sleeping with Lori Harvey, marriage is off the table for him. He expressed his desire for a good girl, keeping it real and straightforward. On the flip side of the celebrity love spectrum, Michael B. Jordan and Lori Harvey had officially confirmed their relationship on Instagram. The couple shared sweet moments, including a Valentine's Day celebration at an aquarium, where Jordan rented out space for a private tour, adorned with flowers and candles. Recently, there was a surprising twist in the public relationship dynamics involving Lori Harvey's father, Steve Harvey, and her ex-boyfriend, Michael B. Jordan. The two were spotted in Dubai, showcasing a seemingly friendly relationship, leaving many curious about why Steve was so chummy with someone who had previously dated his daughter. The heartwarming reunion between the Creed actor and the renowned show host took place on October 5th at the NBA Abu Dhabi Games. This came a year after Michael and Lori had called it quits. In a post shared on Michael B. Jordan's Instagram account, the two were captured smiling and embracing each other. The caption read, "All smiles at NBA in Abu Dhabi." Despite the romantic history between Michael and Lori, the camaraderie displayed in Dubai indicated a positive and amicable connection. Steve Harvey has consistently shown support for the couple even after their breakup, emphasizing the challenges young couples face, particularly in the Hollywood spotlight. Back in April of the previous year, Steve shared his sentiments, stating, "Relationships are hard, especially when they're young. They're in a Hollywood-type relationship, and I'm cheering for them." He went on to describe Michael as a nice and very respectful guy, highlighting his approval of the actor. Throughout their relationship, Lori Harvey and Michael B. Jordan remained notoriously private, occasionally sharing glimpses into their lives through rare pictures. In a Bustle interview from 2021, Lori explained their decision to keep things low-key, saying, "I think we're both very private people naturally, so we just decide, if we take a picture or whatever it is, do you want to post this? Do we not?" As their connection evolved into a more serious relationship, Lori expressed a willingness to be a bit more public about their journey. But we know how that ended. It's not just Boosie caught up in this whirlwind of Katt Williams' call-outs. According to comedian Lavelle Crawford, celebrities mentioned by Williams find themselves in a tricky situation. Whether they stay silent or respond to the disparaging comments, it seems they're caught between a rock and a hard place. The BET Comic View alum, who wasn't among those directly called out by Williams, recently hopped on Instagram Live to share his take on the viral discourse ignited by Williams' tirade on the Club Shay Shay podcast. Crawford kicked it off by acknowledging Williams as someone who doesn't shy away from speaking his mind, unafraid of confronting anyone. He hinted at potential confrontations Williams might have had, shedding light on the rift between Williams and fellow comedians like Kevin Hart and Steve Harvey. Crawford speculated that Williams might feel overshadowed in his career by those who rose to success alongside him in the stand-up circuit. He delved into the dynamics of black entertainers, emphasizing the misconception that there's only one bag of success in the industry, which could be a source of the beefs we witness among them. The comedian also touched on the issue of joke stealing, referencing Williams's criticism of Cedric the Entertainer. Crawford acknowledged that while some of Williams's claims may be exaggerated or part of his comedic persona, there could be genuine grievances beneath it all. Crawford then turned his attention to those celebrities who responded to debunk Williams' version of the truth. In his view, their efforts to deny allegations and defend themselves only add credibility to Williams' narrative. He questioned why, if the accusations were false, these individuals were resorting to Instagram to proclaim their innocence. Lavelle Crawford's analysis appears to be hitting the mark, especially when we look at the reactions that followed. Comedian Kevin Hart didn't hold back in responding to Katt Williams' comments. In a dismissive tone, Hart encouraged Williams to let go of his anger, tweeting, "Gotta get that anger up, out ya champ," and added, "It's honestly sad." In a clever move, Hart also seized the opportunity to plug his upcoming Netflix comedy, Lift, subtly jabbing at the stand-up comic as reported by the Los Angeles Times. In a cheeky twist, Hart shared a tweet with a link to his movie trailer, inviting everyone to enjoy it. He pointed out a specific moment in the trailer where his co-star, Gugu Mbatha Raw, says, "They really love you," slyly suggesting she might be referring to Katt. The beef between Kevin Hart and Katt Williams isn't a recent development. It traces back to 2018. Hart, during an interview on The Breakfast Club, asserted that Williams missed opportunities in Hollywood due to unreliability, skipping promotional shoots and trips. Hart even claimed that Williams became a liability for studios, leading them to distance themselves. The accusations included suggestions of substance abuse impacting Williams's career choices, as reported by the Los Angeles Times. Ludacris didn't let Katt Williams's accusations slide without a response. The hip-hop artist and actor unleashed a fiery freestyle aimed at Williams, although he didn't mention him directly. Ludacris took on the claims made during the interview, particularly the accusation of being involved with the Illuminati. He vehemently denied any association with the alleged cult and didn't hold back in ridiculing Williams's conspiracy theories. In his rap, Ludacris kicked things off with some bold lines. "Whatever's heavy on my heart is always on my mind. Like Snoop's cannabis shredder, I'm always on my grind." The freestyle continued with a defiant tone, addressing shade thrown his way and emphasizing his success and lifestyle. Ludacris made it clear that he's not part of any Illuminati, cleverly coining the term Illudanati. Meanwhile, Miami rap legend Trick Daddy entered the scene, defending his friend Ricky Smiley, whom Williams had criticized. Trick Daddy went a step further by challenging Katt Williams directly, asserting his status as Dade County's finest and expressing readiness to settle their differences in the streets. His emphasis on black men supporting each other echoed the sentiments of those who felt Williams's interview unfairly targeted fellow black entertainers. Tiffany Haddish, who had faced criticism from Williams in the past, didn't stay silent. In 2018, Williams had questioned her stand-up abilities and made implications about her personal life. Despite seemingly settling the beef at the 2018 Emmy Awards, Williams revisited the critique in his recent interview. Haddish responded on Instagram, clarifying the facts, expressing she's not mad at Williams, and playfully mentioning she'd send him a reminder text. The comparison to controversial online personality Charleston White added a touch of humor to her response. Katt Williams has had his fair share of memorable moments throughout his illustrious career, and the recent interview on Shannon Sharpe's Club Shay Shay podcast is just another chapter in the wild journey of the comedic legend. Fans and supporters were quick to remind social media users of Williams' extensive history as a comedic powerhouse on both stage and screen. His impact on the culture is undeniable. For example, in the stand-up special Priceless Afterlife, Williams amusingly expressed his frustration with argumentative atheists. Mocking the atomic theory of matter, he advised critics of his faith to go outside to the parking lot and bang on your car until it becomes a better car. In 2016, video footage circulated showing Williams in a scuffle with a reported 7th grader in Gainesville, Georgia, where he was allegedly handing out money to residents. During a guest appearance on Nick Cannon's Wild 'N Out, Williams playfully addressed the incident in the show's Got D Ned segment. Jokingly acknowledging his history with letting kids win, he praised Cannon as a successful entrepreneur and businessman, sharing a humorous moment that had the crowd in stitches. Katt Williams didn't shy away from addressing even the most mundane aspects, like his height, in his inaugural comedy special back in 2006, titled Live, Let a Playa Play. Reflecting on the age-old advice given to kids about the virtues of being healthy, Williams cleverly weaved his parents into the comedic narrative. One of his standout jokes emerged as he recounted his childhood days, obediently drinking milk and consuming vegetables with the promise that it would make him grow up big and strong. With a wry smile, he pointed to his parents' less than imposing height, humorously questioning the efficacy of his early health regimen. "What the heck was I drinking milk for? I could have been munching on lemon heads and baked beans all day," he quipped, drawing uproarious laughter from his captivated audience. In another unforgettable moment from 2018, Williams unleashed his comedic prowess during an appearance on V103's Frank and Wanda in the Morning in Atlanta. Initially there to promote an upcoming show with collaborator Red Grant, what started as seemingly friendly banter with radio host Wanda Smith took an unexpected turn. The exchange escalated into a full-fledged mudslinging contest, with Williams brilliantly taking charge. Employing his signature humor, complete with references to broccoli and biting witticisms about wigs and cholesterol, Williams left a lasting impression. And when you look at his life, it's not hard to see why he panned out this way. He was born on September 2nd, 1971, and raised in the city of Dayton, Ohio. His upbringing was in a strict Jehovah's Witness household, adding an interesting layer to his life story. Renowned for his exceptional intelligence from an early age, Katt claimed in a recent interview that he was reading fluently at the tender age of 3 and purportedly gained acceptance into college at the remarkably young age of 7. While these anecdotes remain unverified, they add a fascinating twist to the comedian's journey. As a young performer, Katt Williams asserted that by the age of 5, he was already captivating audiences of thousands with his performances. Evidently, he knew he was destined for a non-traditional career path from an early age. However, despite his aspirations, his parents did not share the same enthusiasm for his chosen path. At the age of 13, following an alleged altercation with his father, Williams made a bold move, leaving home and heading to Florida. Struggling with homelessness, he navigated through odd jobs to sustain himself while dedicating other portions of his time to studying. During this challenging period, he participated in only one comedy show, providing a glimpse into the resilience that would characterize his journey. In the 1990s, Williams continued his journey, traversing the country, gaining diverse experiences, and nurturing his interest in comedy. His dedication led him to study the great comedians, honing his material at clubs and learning to perform in front of audiences from various backgrounds. Eventually, he settled in California, marking the jumpstart of his career. While he made an earlier appearance on NYPD Blue, it was his role as Money Mike in the 2002 film Friday After Next, alongside Ice Cube and Mike Epps, that propelled him into the spotlight. Building on this success, Williams secured his first recurring role as Freddie in The Tracy Morgan Show from 2003 to 2004, further solidifying his presence in the entertainment industry. Growing up in a politically and socially conscious family, Katt Williams developed a unique sense of humor that reflects the depth and range of his experiences. While he has maintained a public persona, Williams has been successful in keeping much of his personal life, especially details about his family and upbringing, private. Nevertheless, it's clear that his early life and family background have played a significant role in shaping his comedic style and outlook on life. Williams's personal journey has been marked by a series of challenges and controversies, including legal issues ranging from minor altercations to more serious charges. These encounters have undeniably left an impact on both his life and career. Despite facing hardships, Williams has demonstrated resilience and an ongoing commitment to moving forward. While his relationships and marital status have been subjects of media speculation, he has chosen to keep the details of his romantic life largely private. Back in 2016, Williams found himself banned from 2 counties in Georgia as part of a plea deal. This legal episode stemmed from an alleged assault against his bodyguard Corey Dixon. The comedian pleaded no contest, accepting a ban from Dawson and Hall counties and agreeing to pay $7,500 in restitution. The plea deal also mandated 100 hours of community service and a 5-year probation. Notably, charges for imprisonment and terroristic threats were reduced to simple assault, and charges for possession of a firearm and aggravated assault were dismissed. In 2018, Katt Williams secured his first major award, a Primetime Emmy, for Outstanding Guest Actor in a Comedy Series. His role as Willie in Atlanta earned him this prestigious accolade, marking a significant achievement in his career. Moving forward to 2022, Katt Williams continued to showcase his comedic prowess with the release of his 12th special, Katt Williams World War III, which premiered on Netflix. The comedian's ability to engage audiences with his unique brand of humor remained evident, contributing to his enduring popularity. Fast forward to January 3, 2024, when Shannon Sharpe released a nearly 3-hour interview with Katt Williams on Club Shay Shay. This explosive interview quickly gained traction, accumulating over 40 million views within a week. Williams delved into major moments in his life and career, sparking controversy by calling out fellow comedians like Steve Harvey and Cedric the Entertainer, reigniting his beef with Kevin Hart, and addressing topics such as joke theft, the Illuminati, Diddy parties, and his decision to fund his own projects. The interview's impact continued to grow, with the episode's views approaching an impressive 44 million. Williams's bold claims and unapologetic style added fuel to the entertainment industry's fire, prompting those named in the interview to respond and defend their reputations. Amidst Williams' bravado, certain observations hinted at the challenges within the stand-up comedy realm, particularly in the streaming era. He highlighted the influence of gatekeepers at major platforms like Netflix, Amazon, and Warner Bros. Discovery, emphasizing how fame in the industry is often more about who the gatekeepers choose to promote than the material itself. Williams's reluctance to conform to industry norms, his integrity-driven decisions, and his extensive arrest record became factors influencing his career trajectory. He pointed out the consortium nature of the entertainment industry, where certain names receive continuous promotion, leaving others in the shadows. The comedian's critique extended to the state of stand-up comedy, suggesting that a demand for fresh content on streaming platforms led to a saturation of mediocrity. Williams emphasized his commitment to consistently writing new material throughout his career, challenging other comedians to evolve and create. He expressed disappointment in the industry's apparent decline in quality, citing examples like Ricky Gervais' Armageddon as recycled content lacking the creativity he values. When it comes to offensive material in comedy, opinions can be as diverse as the jokes themselves. However, Ricky Gervais' Armageddon left many wanting, lacking the creativity and wit many look for in both styles. It mainly relied on recycled quips about trans people, the disabled little people, and CRT, without offering the freshness that makes a joke truly stand out. Interestingly, Katt Williams isn't the only comedian expressing dissatisfaction with certain trends in comedy. Dave Chappelle, a fearless and trailblazing comic, has also stirred controversy with his Netflix special, The Closer. Despite facing staff walkouts and online backlash, the entertainment industry, represented by Netflix, stood firmly behind Chappelle, even earning the special an Emmy nomination. Chappelle's style of comedy doesn't come cheap, though. The reported cost of producing The Closer was a staggering $24.1 million, showcasing the significant investment and confidence Netflix has in his work. To put it in perspective, the record-breaking series Squid Game cost a slightly lower $21.4 million. However, Chappelle's appearance at Minnesota's First Avenue faced a setback when staff protested against the comedian, expressing solidarity with the transgender community. The gig, which was originally set to take place at First Avenue, was moved to the nearby Varsity Theater. While some may interpret this as a form of cancellation, it appears Chappelle is more inconvenienced than silenced. Dave Chappelle is unwavering in his stance on The Closer, going so far as to hail it as a masterpiece. He has consistently portrayed the backlash against his comedy as a perilous form of censorship, even labeling students critical of his jokes as instruments of oppression. In this special, Chappelle aligned himself with Team TERF, trans-exclusionary radical feminist, and dedicated a significant portion of his performance to discussions about the LGBT community. Unfortunately, his critique of trans women, a marginalized minority seeking acceptance, took center stage. Interestingly, Chappelle himself has championed the idea of moral boundaries in comedy. In an interview with David Letterman, he reflected on leaving Chappelle's show due to discomfort with a blackface sketch, realizing there's a line that can be crossed when playing with sensitive topics. He noted, "It's not a bad sketch, but hearing the wrong laugh while you're dressed that way, it makes you feel shame." Comedy has always grappled with moral dilemmas, acknowledging that some great punchlines can be a bit mean-spirited. Yet there's a crucial distinction between satirizing the powerful and targeting the marginalized. Legendary comedian George Carlin, a vocal critic of political correctness, recognized this difference. In a 1990 interview with Larry King, Carlin discussed Andrew Dice Clay's controversial jokes, emphasizing that comedy traditionally takes aim at those in power, not the underdogs. And Chappelle definitely faced a lot of trouble because of his stances, just like Katt Williams did. Katt Williams has had his fair share of controversies and high-profile feuds in the entertainment industry, not shying away from speaking his mind. From criticizing Tiffany Haddish on V103 Atlanta to igniting a feud with Kevin Hart, his candid opinions have stirred up conflicts with legendary comedians like Steve Harvey and Jamie Foxx. Apart from the celebrity drama, Williams has faced legal troubles, making headlines for incidents ranging from altercations with a pool supply guy to physical confrontations with a 17-year-old. Despite accumulating 19 felonies, he has never been convicted, adding to the mystique around his tumultuous life. Speculation circulated among fans, suggesting Williams might have been blackballed in the industry, given his unfiltered persona and legal entanglements. Recently, in an interview with Hot 97, Williams debunked this myth. Contrary to the belief of some fans, he clarified that he hasn't been blackballed. Rather, he simply chooses not to conform to mainstream expectations. Williams emphasized his independence by stating that he has never participated in commercial auditions or allowed sponsorships for his tours, emphasizing, "You can't buy me because I'm not in the store." While mainstream acceptance might not be a priority for Williams, he has experienced success on his terms. Winning an Emmy for his role in Atlanta, created by Donald Glover, stands as one of his career highs. Williams acknowledged the significance of the award, considering it a breakthrough in an industry where certain narratives and perspectives often go unnoticed. Reflecting on the Emmy win, Williams commented, "The Emmy really didn't mean that much to me. It just meant something to me because on our side of the war coming in, we have to agree that we're not going to win any awards. So anytime there's a breakthrough, and we do, it's monumental." He further clarified that the Emmy win was a result of presenting a character in a way the industry wanted to see more than anything else. Katt Williams recently made a guest appearance on the latest episode of Willie D Live, just about a week after his compelling interview on Club Shay Shay with Shannon Sharpe. The hour-long conversation delved into various aspects of Williams's life, from his intellectual prowess as a child to his teenage move to Miami, FL, and the subsequent journey to fame as a comedian and actor. Around the 50-minute mark, the host, Willie D, brought up Williams' infamous exchange with former V103 radio host Wanda Smith in 2018. Williams responded by cautioning against mischaracterizations of the incident, emphasizing that he never disrespected Smith and remained composed throughout. Describing it as both a trap and a setup, Williams offered an analogy, saying, "Imagine you set out a trap for a turtle, and a rhinoceros steps into it. It's finna be a whole different situation now." Williams then shared details about how the V103 interview unfolded. He revealed that Smith, behind the scenes, insisted he join an unscheduled interview, which he had no desire to do, wasn't dressed for, and hadn't been informed about. She promised not to discuss certain sensitive topics, such as kids in jail, but when the interview happened, she failed to mention his recent Emmy win. While discussing the incident, Williams clarified that he wasn't aiming to hurt anyone's feelings and acknowledged the difficult position Smith found herself in. He explained, I'm bantering with you because you keep acting like you're qualified to do that.